Welcome to the part 2 of desktop application using JavaFX. Let's start Java project. It is two Java project. One is a sequence creation project and then the main application project. Let's start creating a new project. That's a pad util. Click next and then finish. There is no much changes in the project settings, and I have placed a class called the sequence_util.java, which is having a method update sequence number, and you can see in the right panel outline what are the class package and what is the members available in it. And I am going to export as a jar file like this, which doesn't have much changes. Click next and finish. Yes, we have completed, and then I will add the jar file in the class path. And make sure it is reflected in the command window, either the app home as well as the Derby home. Then I have created the DB scripts as a dbscripts.sql file. That I have created a separate file called dbscripts.sql, which is having all the table, the main table and then history table, then the sequence number, and the procedure. By using the ij command, connect jdbc derby bat_db create equal to true. Here we are going to provide username, password, and then click enter. It will take a while to execute. It is creating a file system which will have the required db files. Yes, now I am going to execute the command using run, which will execute all the sequels which is available in the dbscripts.sql file, and I am going to make sure what my inserted records are properly reflecting in the db or not. For a safer side, or for a double check, we can use the SQL client as well. Yes, but I couldn't connect. Why? Let's check the stack trees. While checking it, it is showing the database is already opened. So let's exit the previously opened connection. Exit and then connect again. Yes, it is connected now. And then I will drill down the trees. My TB objects are exist, all the table, triggers, procedure, everything. Just check, is it available properly? Yes, all the objects are reflected properly. Then I am going to end the session using the session close, or I can file exit. It will automatically close the session as well. Here I am going to create a new project called, I have already created this project, just it is arranged in a way like view, model and then controller kind of things. I hope everybody will have an idea how MVC works, right? The same fashion we have arranged all the files here. So each the view part, what are the methods in the view part? I hope when you are going to create a JavaFX, we all know that there is a fxml which will reflect all the UA elements, and underlying UA element what are the activities required which will be reflected in the controller part. I just navigated all the things, and we have set the scene builder through the Eclipse. So that's why whenever I clicking the fxml, it is opening the fxml design in the scene builder. This is the scene builder UI format which will show you all the elements, and you can right click each elements and see the inspector window and the respective properties. I hope once you gone through specific JavaFX tutorial in detail, you will get to know all the properties in detail. I have given an overview on how the elements have been aligned. In the left panel we can able to see. Similarly the tables, everything. And you can see all the, whenever I am selecting any table fields in the right panel, it will show you the name and other things. What all the properties selected, everything will be displayed. And we have arranged all the fields in the down panel as a mandatory as well. And this is the root panel which will show you the main window element, the file, menu, edit, everything, help menu, everything. So within that root menu we have the application grid window as well as the input window as well. In the controller we can able to see what are the operations involved, so we can annotate each method with the specific fxml to make sure it is connected with the UI element, especially the activity connected with the UI element. And we can able to see in the model patient.java, we can able to see what are all the parameters. It is nothing but a set and getters file, and apart from the set and getters we can able to see a property which will be mapped with each element to make sure it is this element is tagged always with this VO object. And then we can able to see the core package which will contain the DB function as well as the property util. I hope in the clinic.property which we already seen that what are the DB parameters, username, password, what is the driver we are going to use, as well as the DB. If you see the app home which will be having the DB projects, as well as we can able to see lot of other methods which will mainly to add the patient, update the patient, delete, which we can see in the outline page like this. The DB sequence are properly getting generated or not through this DB functions. And mainly the fetch records, this is will be invoked at the start of the project. And finally if you see in this controller, the set main method will load the main application page. So the main application is nothing but the GUI application, which is the main application page which is available in the com.clinic package. And when it is getting loaded, it will load the get patient data. When we have narrowed down what is it in the method, then we can able to see it is invoking through the start method, and it is invoking the main application GUI application.java, which internally calls the populate data populate table. So in this constructor, if you can see how the elements are loaded, and we have one more class called editing cell. It will set, enable or disable the field whenever any buttons are clicked, what all the activity required. For example, if you click add, the respective fields should be editable, then only you can feed the data and click submit. So similarly, for each activity, what all the controls should be enabled. So now it's a time to execute the application. Yes, if you see the console menu, you can see that there is no record in it, so that's why it shows blank. And just clicking add new and entering few records here and click save, and looks how it get it loaded in the grid control. Yes, it is saved successfully here. I can able to see a record in the next load as well. It is referring the Part2 and other things. I can also check through the SQL client tool, like whether the data are getting updated or not. Let's check the table, both the table. Yes, the records which we have inserted just now updated properly. So we verify, just close the connection and let's start again and make sure whether inserted record properly load or not. Yes, and if you see, the unique number starts with 1, which is getting generated through the pat-util jar file only. And whenever if you open a connection and click it, it will generate a patient record. Shall we add one more record here and click add new? So until you click add new, it won't show you as a editable fields. And let's start a new record again. And click save here. Yes, it is added. As soon as it is added, the fetch records method will be activated and it will fetch the records again. You can search by numbers as well. Just type the 3 or 4 letters. It will fetch the records relevant to it. And I have given the project's link in the below description. Hope that will be helpful to you as well. Thank you.